Why you should be cautious with oatmeal. After age 60. Oatmeal has long been praised as a golden breakfast for health. Rich in fiber, especially beta-glucan, oats are known to help lower cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and support digestion. For people over 60, these benefits become even more essential as the body undergoes age-related changes in heart health, metabolism, and nutrient absorption. Additionally, oatmeal's soft texture makes it easy to chew and digest, making it an ideal choice for those with sensitive digestion or dental issues. These qualities have made oatmeal a trusted breakfast option for many older adults. However, what many people don't realize is that oatmeal can also be harmful if consumed improperly, especially when combined with the wrong ingredients. After 60, the body's ability to regulate blood sugar decreases, inflammation becomes more common, and the cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive to sodium and sugar. As a result, adding items like fruit juice, sweetened milk, processed meats, or excessive honey to your oats can turn an otherwise healthy breakfast into a silent burden on your health. In reality, oatmeal functions much like a sponge. It absorbs not only the flavors but also the biological effects of the foods it's paired with. When combined with fast-digesting sugars, saturated fats, or artificial additives, oatmeal can trigger responses such as elevated blood sugar, chronic inflammation, fatigue, and over time, an increased risk of chronic disease. That's why understanding what should and shouldn't be eaten with oatmeal is a crucial step in protecting your health, especially at a stage in life when the body requires more careful, science-based care than ever before. 4 foods you should avoid combining with oatmeal in the morning. 1. Fruit juice, the sweet trap that undermines oatmeal's benefits. For many people, especially those who've followed a healthy lifestyle for years, starting the day with a bowl of oatmeal and a glass of fresh orange juice feels like the perfect, light, and nutritious breakfast. It seems ideal for someone over 60, easy to digest, gentle on the stomach, and full of natural goodness. But here's the unfortunate truth. This seemingly perfect pairing can become a sweet trap that silently harms your health, especially when it comes to your heart, blood sugar, and brain. The issue lies in the nature of fruit juice itself. When fruit is juiced, most of its natural fiber, from orange pulp, apple flesh, or grape skins, is removed. What's left is liquid containing natural sugars and a bit of water-soluble vitamins. That may sound harmless, but consider this. 1 glass of pure orange juice can contain 18 to 24 grams of sugar, comparable to a can of soda. What's worse, without fiber to slow absorption, this sugar rushes directly into your bloodstream. Now imagine this. You're eating a bowl of oatmeal, already rich in carbohydrates, and your body is working to digest that starch. If you add a glass of fruit juice to the mix, you're essentially pouring fuel on the fire, introducing a fast-absorbing, fiber-free sugar hit that causes a blood sugar spike right after your meal. For younger people, the body may handle this spike with ease. But after age 60, as insulin regulation weakens and the pancreas becomes less responsive, this combination places extra strain on your metabolism. The consequences of repeated blood sugar spikes are clear: fatigue, drowsiness after meals, increased belly fat, difficulty maintaining weight, and in the long run, a higher risk of type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome. Worse still, studies show that blood sugar fluctuations are linked to memory decline and cognitive issues, concerns that older adults can and should take steps to avoid through mindful eating. Additionally, fruit juice is often the hidden culprit behind poor digestive function in the morning. When consumed on an empty stomach, The high sugar content in juice is absorbed rapidly, causing a spike in insulin as the body tries to manage the surge. Meanwhile, the beta-glucan in oatmeal, a beneficial soluble fiber, requires time and a stable internal environment to work effectively. It helps regulate blood sugar, lower LDL cholesterol, and nourish healthy gut bacteria. But the juice and oatmeal combination disrupts this balance, diminishing oatmeal's natural benefits and potentially triggering low-grade inflammation. Over time, starting your day with oatmeal and juice may make you feel like you're eating healthily, but in reality, it can lead to subtle weight gain, dull skin, mid-morning fatigue, and increased snacking later in the day. These are classic signs of blood sugar imbalance, a condition often overlooked in older adults who don't have diabetes but are still quietly affected by fluctuating glucose levels. So what's the solution? Do you need to cut out juice completely? Not necessarily, but timing and method matter. If you enjoy the sweet tart taste of oranges, eat the whole fruit after breakfast, with all its pulp and fiber intact. When fiber is present, the natural sugars are absorbed more slowly, reducing blood sugar spikes. Even better, opt for lower sugar fruits like blueberries, raspberries, or green apples to mix into your oatmeal. These not only enhance the flavor, but also provide powerful antioxidants that support brain and heart health. If you're looking for a morning beverage, try warm water, herbal tea, or unsweetened black coffee. These are gentle on the system, promote alertness, support metabolism, and don't burden your blood sugar. The story of oatmeal and juice is a gentle reminder. Just because two foods are healthy on their own doesn't mean they work well together. Especially after 60, when the body thrives on gentle balance, steady rhythms, and mindful nourishment, how you eat becomes just as important as what you eat. And that wisdom is one of the most powerful tools for lifelong well-being. 2. Sweetened milk and flavored yogurt. The sweet imposters. Paired with oatmeal. For many older adults, a warm bowl of oatmeal becomes creamier and more enjoyable with a splash of milk or a few spoonfuls of flavored yogurt, like vanilla, strawberry, or peach. On the surface, this seems perfectly harmless, even good for digestion or high in calcium. But in reality, this is one of the most common and subtle mistakes people over 60 make when combining foods. Sweetened milk and flavored yogurt may seem health-friendly, but they're actually sweet imposters in disguise, especially when paired with oatmeal. Let's break it down. Oatmeal is a slow-digesting carbohydrate, rich in soluble fiber like beta-glucan. When eaten on its own, it delivers a steady source of complex carbs, a good energy source when balanced correctly. But when you add sweetened milk, flavored plant-based milk, like vanilla almond milk, or fruit-flavored yogurt, you're unknowingly adding a high dose of simple sugars. For example, a single container of strawberry yogurt can contain 12 to 20 grams of sugar, the equivalent of 3 to 5 teaspoons. Sweetened dairy milk, or pre-flavored plant milks, are just as sugary. A small glass, 200 milliliters, of sweetened milk can pack up to 16 grams of sugar, which is nearly half the daily sugar limit recommended for people over 60. When combined with oatmeal, these ingredients turn your breakfast into a disguised sugar bomb, causing your blood sugar to spike within 30 minutes. The biggest concern? An aging body is no longer as efficient at managing sugar. The pancreas has to work harder to produce insulin, and tissues become less sensitive to insulin as we age. The result? Elevated blood sugar for longer periods, which may trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation in older adults has been directly linked to a host of health issues: joint pain, high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, cognitive decline, and even heart disease. Another hidden truth that often goes unnoticed. Many packaged plant-based milks labeled low sugar are actually filled with artificial flavorings, thickeners, and hidden sweeteners, such as maltodextrin or corn syrup solids, ingredients that can quickly spike blood sugar levels, even though they don't appear on the label as sugar. This misleads consumers into thinking they're choosing a healthy option, when in fact, these additives can disrupt the body's metabolic balance, especially in the morning, when the body is still in a sensitive state after sleep. From a sensory perspective, a sweetened oatmeal breakfast, made with flavored yogurt or sweetened milk, can feel comforting and satisfying at first. But within 1 to 2 hours, the body often crashes into a state of low energy, hunger, or restlessness, which leads to cravings, especially for sweets. This is the classic blood sugar roller coaster that seniors must be particularly cautious about, as it quietly fuels a cycle of fatigue, overeating, and weight gain. The signs may not be obvious at first, but over time this pattern silently chips away at your health. So what's the solution? You don't need to give up milk or yogurt entirely. Instead, choose simpler, unsweetened versions with fewer additives. Here are some smart alternatives that allow you to enjoy oatmeal without harming your health. Use unsweetened dairy milk or pure, unsweetened plant-based milks like almond oat or soy milk. Look for labels that clearly state unsweetened, or better yet, make your own at home to ensure purity. Opt for plain Greek yogurt with no added sugars. It's rich in protein, low in sugar, helps keep you full longer, supports digestion, and avoids blood sugar spikes. If you crave a touch of sweetness, add fresh fruit like blueberries, ripe banana slices, or diced apple, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This natural combination adds flavor while helping stabilize blood sugar. Want to add creaminess or richness? Use a spoonful of natural peanut butter, unsweetened, or a handful of chopped walnuts or almonds. These healthy fats support brain and heart health and help balance carbs and protein in the meal. Also, don't forget to listen to your body. If you feel sleepy, foggy, or unusually hungry after eating oatmeal, it's a sign that your breakfast may lack the right nutritional balance. A high-fiber bowl of oats should be paired with protein, like Greek yogurt, healthy fats, like seeds or nut butters, and only a moderate amount of natural sugars from whole fruits. Finally, remember this: breakfast isn't just your first meal. It's the foundation for your energy, focus, and emotional balance throughout the day. The way you combine foods with oatmeal can impact your heart health, weight, memory, digestion, and even your mood, especially in your later years. So start with one small shift. Put down the sweetened milk, choose a spoonful of plain yogurt, and toss in some chopped walnuts. You'll be surprised by how much better you feel with such a simple, mindful change. Sometimes the deepest self-care begins with the smallest morning choices. 3. Bacon and sausage. Hidden inflammation and heart strain when paired with oatmeal. If you're someone who has always enjoyed a classic American breakfast, perhaps a warm bowl of oatmeal alongside a few crispy slices of bacon or a savory sausage, you're certainly not alone. The enticing aroma of fried meat and the satisfying fullness that comes from added protein can make breakfast feel more complete. However, once you're over 60, these seemingly harmless choices can become a silent source of inflammation, blood pressure spikes, and cardiovascular strain. Bacon and sausage are prime examples of processed meats, foods preserved by curing, smoking, or adding preservatives like nitrates and nitrites to extend shelf life and maintain color. While flavorful, these compounds have been linked in major studies to increased inflammation in the body, as well as higher risks of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and colorectal cancer. Why is it especially harmful to pair these with oatmeal? The danger lies in the contrast between the two. Oatmeal, a slow-digesting carbohydrate rich in soluble fiber, is meant to stabilize blood sugar and support heart health. But when combined with processed meats high in sodium and saturated fat, this pairing can lead to unexpected consequences. Oatmeal enhances digestion and absorption, so when eaten with bacon or sausage, it can accelerate the uptake of harmful compounds from the meat into the bloodstream. This creates a greater burden on your liver, kidneys, and especially your heart. Let's not forget the sodium content. Just 2 slices of bacon can contain 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium, nearly a quarter of the recommended daily intake for older adults. When paired with oatmeal, a food chosen specifically for cardiovascular benefits, this becomes a counterproductive combination, leading to fluid retention and increased pressure on the heart, which must work harder to pump blood. In addition, many modern sausages are secretly sweetened with added sugars or corn syrup to enhance flavor. These hidden sugars turn your breakfast into a salt and sugar bomb, disrupting blood sugar balance, encouraging fat storage, and fueling long-term inflammation and fatigue. So, what's the solution? Instead of adding processed meats to your oatmeal, consider healthier protein sources that will keep you full without negatively affecting your heart or blood sugar. Here are a few smart and satisfying alternatives. Boiled or softly steamed eggs, a high-quality protein source with no added sugars or preservatives, making them ideal for older adults. Nuts like almonds, walnuts, or cashews, rich in omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants. These heart and brain protective fats also help you feel fuller for longer. Natural peanut butter, unsweetened. Just 1 small spoonful provides healthy fats and a creamy richness, a flavorful substitute for bacon or sausage. Steamed tofu or soft-cooked black beans. Gentle on digestion, these plant-based proteins are ideal for seniors, especially for those following a low-cholesterol diet. If you still enjoy the savory taste that processed meats bring, try seasoning your oatmeal with black pepper, garlic powder, or a dash of chili flakes. Add in steamed vegetables like mushrooms, broccoli, or carrots to transform traditional sweet oatmeal into a hearty, savory dish that supports heart health and provides a more balanced meal. Finally, remember this. Not all habits from our younger years serve us well after 60. At this stage, your body deserves care that is more thoughtful, gentle, and intentional. Giving up bacon or sausage isn't a sacrifice. It's a wise decision to support a longer, healthier, and more joyful life. 4. Too much honey or syrup. A sweet habit that can undermine a healthy start. Each morning, many of us begin the day with a warm bowl of oatmeal, a smart, fiber-rich, and nourishing choice. But to make it more flavorful, it's common to drizzle a spoonful of honey or syrup on top. It's sweet, aromatic, and feels like a gentle treat for the body. But here's the truth. That innocent spoonful of honey, especially when used generously, may actually cancel out the benefits of your healthy breakfast. And for those over 60, whose bodies no longer process sugar as efficiently, this sweet addition can quietly become a burden on your health. First, it's important to understand, honey and syrups, even when labeled natural, are still sugar. When consumed in concentrated or liquid form, without the buffer of fiber, they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. Combine that with oatmeal, which is already a carbohydrate-rich food, and your body is suddenly digesting a large amount of sugar at once. The body responds by releasing a surge of insulin to manage it. The problem? If this pattern happens daily, it can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells no longer respond well to insulin. This causes blood sugar to remain elevated and increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition that affects many older adults. But the effects don't stop there. A sudden spike in blood sugar first gives you an energy boost, but that high is often followed by a crash. Just an hour after eating, you may feel tired, sluggish, or low on energy. Classic signs of a rebound blood sugar drop. Some people even feel irritable, foggy, or unable to focus during the rest of the morning. For seniors, this emotional roller coaster not only lowers quality of life, but can worsen cognitive issues, memory lapses, or blood pressure fluctuations. Some people believe that honey is good because it contains antioxidants and has antibacterial properties. And that's not wrong, but the key lies in the quantity. A small teaspoon, about 5 grams, in the morning can be acceptable. The issue is that most of us tend to drizzle a little more, and then a bit more, and before we know it, that bowl of oatmeal may contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar. And that's not even counting other additions, like ripe fruit, sweetened milk, or a glass of orange juice. At that point, your light breakfast isn't light anymore. It's loaded with sugar. So, what can you do? Do you need to give up sweetness in oatmeal altogether? Absolutely not. You don't have to be extreme. Instead of relying on honey or syrup, you can naturally sweeten your oatmeal in ways that won't spike your blood sugar. Add a few slices of ripe banana, thinly sliced apple, or fresh strawberries. These bring gentle sweetness along with natural fiber, which slows down sugar absorption. For more flavor depth, try a sprinkle of cinnamon, a warm spice known not only for its comforting aroma, but also for its blood sugar regulating effects. Stirring a bit of cinnamon into your oatmeal boosts both flavor and function. You might also enjoy pure vanilla extract, unsweetened, or a pinch of unsweetened shredded coconut. They add richness and aroma without the sugar overload. These simple ingredients transform your oatmeal into a flavorful, wholesome meal that still honors your health. In the end, remember this: eating oatmeal in the morning isn't just a habit. It's a daily opportunity to nourish your body wisely. Don't let an extra spoonful of honey undo the benefits of a nutritious breakfast. Begin your day gently, with balance and awareness, because you deserve to be nourished by what is safest, kindest, and most in tune with your body's needs. Important reminders for eating oatmeal. After age 60. After the age of 60, each meal is no longer just about feeling full. It's an opportunity to nourish your body and sustain the energy that keeps you thriving day by day. Oatmeal, long praised as a gold standard food for heart and blood sugar health, truly is an ideal breakfast choice. But to unlock its full nutritional value, seniors should keep a few key things in mind when enjoying oatmeal each morning. First, choose minimally processed oats, such as rolled oats or steel-cut oats. Avoid flavored instant oatmeal packets, which often contain hidden sugars, excess sodium, and preservatives that can cause blood sugar spikes, something older adults should be especially mindful of. Second, don't eat oatmeal on its own. Pair it with sources of healthy fats and protein, such as chia seeds, walnuts, unsweetened milk, or boiled eggs. These combinations help stabilize blood sugar, prolong satiety, and support brain and heart function. Finally, listen to your body. If you feel tired after breakfast or get hungry again quickly, revisit what you paired with your oatmeal. Was it fruit juice, too much honey, or sweetened milk? These ingredients, though often seen as healthy, can disrupt your blood sugar balance if not used carefully. With just a few mindful adjustments, your morning bowl of oatmeal can become a gentle, energizing, and deeply nourishing meal, perfectly suited to a body that deserves extra care and attention in this stage of life. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so we can continue this journey of living well together, one healthy day at a time.